and Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
A partnership between Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Friends of Zion Museum led to the unprecedented visit.
It's the first time in history the State of Israel has officially partnered with 1,000 strategic pastors to commission them as ambassadors to combat anti-Semitism and reach the youth of their generation.
Dr. Mike Evans says Israel's fight is not just on the battlefield.
Right now there's an ideological war that Israel's losing. So they need the evangelicals, they need the Zionists to fight an ideological war.
One of the goals of this gathering is to strengthen Christian support during a time of growing global anti-Semitism. They say the pulpit must speak louder than the propaganda.
So it's just, I think, an extraordinary time for pastors to go to their pulpits and to speak with clarity and with boldness and to push back on the anti-Semitism, the bigotry that is being pushed toward Jewish people and toward the people of Israel.
Unfortunately, the pulpit has become quiet about those things. We've allowed cultural voices to speak louder to the congregation than the pastors have on these topics. So it's been motivating to make sure that we go back and bring the message of who Israel is to the Lord, and our role as Christians to continue to support and pray for Israel.
There is a growing cancer within the evangelical movement in America where people are thinking Israel doesn't matter and there's nothing biblical about our relationship to Israel. This is very dangerous.
Ambassador Huckabee, a former pastor, sees a rising danger in the church.
Because this idea that God will break his covenant, or he has broken his covenant with the Jewish people, it borders on blasphemy. Because if God will break his covenant with the Jewish people, what on earth makes me think as a Christian that he will keep his covenant with me?
Wednesday, the pastors went to the Nova Music Festival site where Hamas terrorists slaughtered 378 and kidnapped 44.
That was emotional. That was devastating. I have 4 teenage children in Austin. We go to music festivals. That's what you do in Austin. And to think about the kind of terror that those young people experienced, it's just unfathomable.
JAHAWAH believes pastors need to see Israel for themselves.
The narrative that the mainstream media, especially in the U.S., has been fed, or the messages that are out there, I think that pastors and church leaders all need to come and understand and see the truth about the matter, the true story, and what actually happened here.
This gathering is a prelude to a massive campaign planned for next year.
We're launching in 2026 a global program to reach 1 million pastors and 1 million churches globally to teach them a biblical worldview so they realize God's not canceling any promises to the Jewish people, and he's not canceling to the Christians either.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Wakwa Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to mighty Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as the speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson is going to be on this thing. I'm going to try to watch my words, but at the same time, I still kind of do want to just say what I do want to say. But the main thing here is how you have these people, you have this group, okay, where it's just, it does not get any more like blatant than this. And I really want to highlight, because I was trying to think about like what I wanted to say, but I'm having a hard time remembering the precept. But basically the thing here is that rather than having Yahawadah, Hashem, Yahawashi, speak out for them, protect them, and all that stuff, instead they are trying to force the military might to stand up for them instead. So let me actually get that first, because now I just remembered a good precept for that. Psalms 73 verse 3, verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. And that's the thing, that's their protection. Their protection is the violence of their people. Okay, let me actually get that over here in Psalms chapter 17 verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the wicked is the sword of YAHAWAH. So the wicked are the ones that are going around judging people, killing people, and all that stuff. And as a result of that, we have a better understanding on who is going around and doing all this wickedness. All right. As a result of that, whenever someone offends Esau, whenever someone says X, Y, and Z, or does something that Esau doesn't like, then what happens is Esau outlaws being able to speak out on them. Esau outlaws being able to, listen to facts and whatnot. And I don't know if you know, but let me see if I can. Never mind. Basically, there was a law recently, I think within 3 years, 5 years at most, but I'm pretty sure it was like within 3 years ago, where they said that you can't do that they added a new law in their country, in the what's country. Okay, so basically aside from that, the thing here is how, again, as I said before, their protection is, as a matter of fact, let me also get this. It's over here in Isaiah chapter 30. From the top, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down to Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, that to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Basically, they're trusting in Esau's world, Esau's strength, rather than because Egypt is spiritually called is spiritually Babylon, or it's a house of bondage. Basically, people are focusing on Esau's strength rather than the strength of the Lord. And because Esau has easy access to the has access and control over his sword, Esau as a whole. All right, and then of course he's going to use his sword. He's going to use his capabilities to command respect and all that stuff. Hence why, instead of having YAHAWASHI protect him, he instead uses the military might of Babylon. All right, as Babylon. And anytime someone says something, does something, or whatever, then they say, "Oh, well, we need to militarize. We need to do all this stuff. We need to start to, get stuff ready." And as a result of that, that's also that's another piece of the puzzle where it tells us and shows us that, okay, well, Esau is clearly getting ready to make stuff shake, in the sense of, oh, well, we don't like how people are talking about us. We don't like how people are doing all this stuff. So what we're going to do instead, we're not going to allow this to keep on going on. We're going to, lock down on this whole free speech thing, where we're slowly going to lose our ability to free speech. All right, because they hate that people are aware of what's going on. Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree in their right grievousness which they have prescribed. And I actually have to go back to this video because there were some things I was trying to remember. But 2 John chapter 1 verse 7, for many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Yahawashi HaMashiach is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist. And this is the thing where the Bible is so plain and simple, but yet they are just completely disregarding the prophecies and all this stuff that is supposed to happen. Keyword supposed to happen, but yet they are disqualifying the prophecies, and they're just saying, "Oh, we'll just roll with what we say. Don't ignore that." The Bible, or stop. Let me correct myself. Christianity has never been about following the Bible in the first place. So why would we start now? Okay, and even what they were saying, which I'm trying to watch myself. I'm not trying to say it myself. I'm trying to let this thing say it. But there was one dude. Oh, here.
Sees a
thinking Israel doesn't matter and there's nothing biblical about our relationship to Israel. This is very dangerous.
Ambassador Huckabee, a former pastor, sees a rising danger in the church.
Because this idea that God will break his covenant, or he has broken his covenant with the Jewish people, it borders on blasphemy. Because if God will break his covenant with the Jewish people, what on earth makes me think as a Christian that he will keep his covenant with me? So
yeah, basically the thing here is these people are talking like it's like there's no, it is Slock, it's so hard for me to process this because this is just so dumb. Honestly, it's just dumb. The entire premise of Christianity is that the Lord is not dealing with Israel anymore. So as a result of that, everyone can be saved. The Lord is not dealing with Israel exclusively. But now randomly they're saying, okay, well no, God is still dealing with the Israelites in an exclusive type sense where yeah, they still have their role, they still have their thing, they're still number one or whatever. But at the same time, there was this one dude, I can't say the word, but there was this one dude that basically said that I'm trying to remember. He was basically saying that we're basically you guys should be worshiping us. Basically, he said Christians should be worshiping us and whatnot. That's basically what he said with not too many words, where as a result of them saying that we are basically I really wish I just had the damn video or the reference, but the thing that was going on was just the fact that he was saying that we're basically, or not we, but he was they are basically the equivalent to how Christians view Yahawashi, basically. Okay, so as a result of that, there is that whole blasphemy thing, because even we don't think that, although there's no really rational way to think like that. Like no one should be comparing themselves to Yahawashi in any shape or form. That's what he did, and that was a wicked thing, because that's that pride. And it's like, how do you get to this? But obviously lots of people have pride and stuff like that, but like this goes to show Esau's pride, because Esau is so proud and profane that he would be able to say something so blasphemous. All right, anyway, continuing on, this is also a part of the thing that's going on, where we're soon going to be getting to the point where people are going to change stuff up, say all these different things where, okay, well now this is okay, or this is going to be the new standard, rather than everyone can just think what they want, do what they want, or whatever. No, you have to follow the new standard, which is also a part of the MOTB. Okay, the new MOTB is going to be a part of the standard, as well as up and coming new world religion type shit. All right. Matthew 24 verse 24, for there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So there's going to be times when a lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, I see this, I believe, I want to be a part of this stuff in X, Y, and Z. And then, as a part, as a part of that, then they're going to as a part of that, they're going to be deceived. They're going to want to stay and stick around with all this stuff. All right, but something to remember, to be mindful of. Micah chapter 4 verse 1. But in the last days shall come to pass that a mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. Basically, the Lord said that the government of Israel is going to be at the top. It's going to be above all other nations, other governments, and it's going to be basically where everyone's going to say, okay, yeah, well, let's come and learn from you Israelites and stuff like that. You guys have to guide us and whatnot. All right. Verse 2, and many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem, and he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks, and nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Basically, the thing here is when the Lord established, and key word is when the Lord establishes I wish I could just watch my highlight. Anyway, when the Lord establishes the government of Israel at the top, which the Lord did not establish it, and the Lord is not enforcing it. All right. So, but when the Lord establishes it, then that's when the Lord's going to make sure all this stuff is in its proper working order, such as the fact that there's not going to be any more war. But there's clearly war going on. So how is this possible? All right. So some things to consider. Revelation chapter 2 verse 9, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Basically, this is once again, people are, you basically see what happens. Okay. Anyway, Hebrews chapter 8 verse 13, in that he saith, a new covenant he hath made the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. Over here, verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel, and with the after those days, saith the Lord, I will put. Hold on. Verse. Where the hell is it? Okay, here, verse 8. For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Once again, this whole new covenant thing where people keep on saying that the new covenant is about Christianity, the whole world. Well, no, that's not what it says. The new covenant is for the Israelites only. And we've been saying that, but now, again, as this becomes a controversy, then people want to quote unquote interpret or target. I like to say target. I guess target is the best term, or target a different target rather than the appropriate target. All right, as per the prophecies in reference to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 44 to 46, or 45. Now, Isaiah chapter 46, verse 15, can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. Basically, the Lord would never forget his people, and people want to say that, the Lord is not dealing with Israel anymore. He's dealing with everyone, X, Y, Z, blah, blah. Well, of course, people want to lie for their reasons, for their agendas and all that stuff, rather than accepting and knowing the truth. Okay, because the scriptures clearly tell us how things are going to be, but of course no one wants to listen, and no one wants to listen to Jake or us Israelites. Okay, so with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawadah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, above all, and shalom.